LeBron James has made $272 million so far in his career and is set to make another $117 million by the time his current contract with the Los Angeles Lakers ends in 2022. And he has delivered, winning 3 NBA championships and 4 NBA MVP awards, among many other accolades. He's also capitalized on his success as much as any other athlete today, realizing that with his fame and wealth he could do more than just invest in others. In the recently published biography of James, LeBron Inc., The Making of a Billion-Dollar Athlete, ESPN's Brian Windhorst, who has covered James since he was a high school freshman, outlines the biggest financial wins of LeBron James' career. By making timely investments and leveraging his influence, James, 34, has become one of the wealthiest athletes in the world. According to Forbes, James was the world's 8th highest paid athlete last year when he made $89 million, $36 million from salary and $53 million from endorsements, and he's estimated to have a net worth of $450 million. So here's how signing with Nike helped LeBron James land other major brand deals. Choosing Nike over Reebok. As the most hyped young basketball player in decades, James was drafted first overall in the 2003 NBA draft by the Cleveland Cavaliers, straight from high school. Shoe companies were eager to ink James to one of the biggest endorsement contracts ever. To illustrate just how famous James was as a teen, celebrities attended his Catholic high school games, and he was on the cover of Sports Illustrated at 17 years old. Shoe executives were desperate for James to wear their brand's logos. Among the companies offering him a contract were Adidas at $60 million, and Nike at $87 million, as well as Reebok at a whopping $115 million. In 2002, Nike was the leading shoe brand in the NBA, coming off a lucrative partnership with Michael Jordan. James had dreams of wearing the swoosh, but to do so meant passing up an extra $28 million. Reebok wanted to add James to its collection of star athletes that included Shaquille O'Neal, Allen Iverson, and Venus Williams. After a long period of pitch meetings and private jet rides for him and his friends, James chose to accept the lower offer from Nike. Brian Windhorst wrote that James sided with who he thought would be a better long-term partner in Nike over a higher initial offer than Reebok. And James clearly made the right decision. His most recent contract with Nike, while the exact terms are not fully known, is reportedly a lifetime deal that could exceed $1 billion. Meanwhile, as of 2019, Reebok doesn't currently sponsor any NBA players, asking for an ownership stake in Beats by Dre. In 2006, music mogul Jimmy Iovine and his friend Andre Young, more commonly known by his rapper name Dr. Dre, started a headphones company called Beats by Dre. Iovine and Dre wanted to partner with James in an effort to boost sales, but Beats had a hard time gaining momentum in the mid-2000s. James, a hip-hop junkie, was interested in working with the brand, according to Windhorst, but instead of just securing a typical sponsorship deal with Beats where he could be seen wearing the headphones in public, James and his team went on another route. James and his business manager, Maverick Carter, secured a partnership that included elements of a traditional deal, but also included an ownership stake in the company. This would become a common thread of James's business dealings over the years. Carter, who never graduated from college but frequently claims he got a degree at the University of Nike after an internship at the company, didn't see James as just a basketball player, but as a brand. Windhorst details that through James's influence, Carter was able to befriend high-profile businessmen like Warren Buffett to Berkshire Hathaway, who only added to Carter's already savvy business acumen. Carter and James didn't just want to be used by large corporations to promote products, they wanted to be partners, and they wanted ownership. James knew his brand was so strong that leveraging its influence for an ownership stake would see the most returns. James eventually agreed to a deal where he would promote Beats in exchange for a small piece of ownership. One major factor in the ascension of Beats was the 2008 Beijing Olympics. While Beats was not an official sponsor of the Olympics, Carter and James deployed a one-of-a-kind marketing campaign in China. Windhorst writes that Carter was acutely aware that athletes, especially basketball players, had a virtual fashion runaway when they moved in and out of venues, not unlike Hollywood celebrities. Knowing the Team USA basketball team were the biggest celebrities in Beijing, Windhorst claims it was Carter who told James to gift each of his teammates a pair of Beats headphones. For the entirety of the Olympic Games, these 15 extremely tall and famous men strolled around Olympic Village in parts of China with the headphones around their neck. Beats eventually was purchased by Apple for $3 billion, netting James an estimated $50 million from the sale, according to Windhorst. That's going to do it for today's video, guys. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like on the video and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on any of our videos in the future. With that, I'll see you next time. Goodbye.